Which Europa Universalis 4 expansion pack should you get? Let's have a quick look. Since its initial release in 2013, the developers of Europa Universalis 4 have put out 6 expansion packs that bring tremendous changes to the game. Which of these is the most bang for your buck? Well, we're going to discuss that right now. Conquest of Paradise. The first of many expansion packs to hit the shelves was the Conquest of Paradise, and let's be honest, it did not live up to its expectations. The focus for this expansion pack was the New World and the native nations. The main features for Conquest of Paradise include a generator for a random new world, several new mechanics such as migration, buildings, native ideas, government reformations and federations that bring new life to the native states in the New World. While this expansion pack brings about a much needed change to the boring gameplay as native tribes, I believe it is one of the less important expansion packs to get, especially for newer players. Wealth of Nations. Finally an expansion pack that adds depth to the mindless conquest by introducing several new mechanics for trade and other aspects of the game. From trade conflicts to new deity mechanics for the Hindu religion, Wealth of Nations has a lot to offer. Some of the major changes that are brought with this expansion pack include trading companies depicting historical aspects of Western colonization of the Old World, replacement of pirates with privateers to disturb your enemies during peace times, improvements to inland trading, new fervor mechanic for reformed religion, new peace deal options such as enforced military access and enforced transfer trade power, and some new models for ships. Furthermore, the ability to build historical canals like the Suez Canal is also introduced in this expansion pack. However, these canals are poorly executed because anyone can use them without having fleet-basing rights through your land. Still, Wealth of Nations is a great expansion pack that both new and veteran players can benefit from. Res Publica. Probably the most underwhelming expansion pack to date, Res Publica introduces some new government mechanics and builds on the trade game. The main features of this expansion pack include trade posts that help merchant republics secure more trade power, improvements to the Dutch Republic, a new republican dictator government type, and the ability to support your own nobles for the throne in elective monarchies. While these changes seem interesting, the trade improvements in Wealth of Nations are much better and the new government systems are nothing to write home about. Another mechanic that was introduced in Res Publica was National Focus, which allows you to focus on a certain type of monarch points. However, this is also available with a newer expansion pack called Common Sense, even if you don't have Res Publica. Therefore, this is probably the last expansion pack you should get. Art of War. One of the most exciting expansion packs to be ever released for Europa Universalis 4, Art of War is filled with countless new features that revitalize the gameplay tremendously. The amount of game-changing mechanics in this expansion pack would require a whole new video, so we'll make this quick and go over some of the key information. Some of the main features for this expansion pack are unique mechanics and events for the 30 Years' War to ravage Europe, revolutionary targets and custom client countries for conquests during the Napoleonic era, improvements to warfare such as transfer of occupation to allies and setting objectives for allies in wars, more versatile diplomacy like selling ships to other nations, declaring wars to support rebel factions, starting wars on behalf of your subject nations, and the ability to ask for monthly war reparations in peace deals. Furthermore, some gameplay enhancements like the army template builder, which allows entire armies to be recruited in one click, the ability to abandon entire idea group, new map modes, more early game events, and many other improvements are also included. After the bland Res Publica expansion pack, the developers sure renewed their reputation with Art of War. El Dorado. The fifth expansion pack for Europa Universalis 4, El Dorado approaches similar themes to that of Conquest of Paradise but in a superior manner. One of the major features for this expansion pack is the in-depth nation designer that allows you to build custom nations with unique national ideas and custom monarchs. If you want to see this nation designer in action, I'll have a video about it in the description below. As for the other features, El Dorado introduces new religions for Central American nations with blood sacrifices and sun worship mechanics, and all that good stuff. Furthermore, exploration is now more fun with new events and mechanics like the Treaty of Tordesillas, which allows you to call dibs on parts of the New World by maintaining good relations with the Pope Man. Overall, this expansion pack has a lot to offer with custom nation designer and improvements to the New World. Common Sense. The newest expansion pack and probably the one you're all looking into right now, Common Sense brings about a wide variety of changes to the game. From new religious mechanics such as karma for Buddhists to fun features for constitutional monarchies, this expansion pack polishes up on many different aspects of the game. However, the most important reason you should get Common Sense is the ability to develop your provinces. This development mechanic makes it so that players don't have to resort to mindless conquest but are able to develop smaller nations to rival world powers. Just to show you how powerful this development mechanic is, there is a person who played an entire game as a one province miner, Ulm, and was able to support the 29th largest army in the world. Man, now that is super Ulm. This, in my opinion, makes Common Sense a must-buy expansion pack because it really adds another level of depth to the base game which you may not get from other expansion packs. Aside from that, other notable features include new government ranks from duchy to empires, ability to pause westernization, the national focus mechanic even if you don't have Res Publica, more interactions with your subject nations, custom churches for Protestant nations, free cities in the Holy Roman Empire, and a new building system that goes along with the development mechanic. So, if you're not into mindless conquest and like depth to your game, then the Common Sense expansion pack is a must-buy. Before we go on to the final ranking, please keep in mind that this was just a quick overview of the main features and my personal opinion. For more in-depth information for any of the expansion packs explored in this video, check out the Europa Universalis 4 wiki page linked below in the description. So here we go. To sum up, here is the final ranking. Coming up at number 6 is Res Publica. I think that is really to be expected because that expansion pack is a big waste of your money. Number 5 is Conquest of Paradise. Number 4, we have Wealth of Nations. And to the number 3 spot, Eldorado. For number 2, I'm going to give this to Art of War. And finally, for number 1, we have Common Sense. Well, this was my personal rankings. Let me know about your rankings in the comments below.